Alright, let's try this again. Oh my god, dude. We are having so many technical difficulties. Alright, I think we're getting it. Jesus Christ, dude. What the heck? We're trying this again. Naturally, as soon as I start in the house, the freaking internet goes out. What the heck? We're trying. We're trying to be back. This is a nightmare. And I can't go too far into the garage or I lose connection again. What a nightmare, dude. Let's see. But we can stand out here and admire the mess. I don't know. Should we experiment and see how far I can go into the garage before I lose connection again? Alright, we're doing good so far. What a shit show, dude. Alright. Let's go over here. I'm not used to holding my phone in landscape mode either. This is actually pretty uncomfortable. So, as you can see, I've made zero progress since yesterday. It's gone. Did I lose you again? Oh no! Are we back? Is it working again? No, it's back. Okay, cool. We'll just... God damn it. We'll have to hang out here. This sucks. I don't know. We can talk about the Monte Carlo. The welds are okay. I mean, as far as like my welding goes, they're the best I've done. I don't like how the chat disappears on this. Like, it'll pop up when someone sends a message and then it'll disappear like a second later. But I just picked this thing up like an hour ago from my dad's place. I dropped it off so he could do the... Bring the shop outside. It is outside, dude. What are you talking about? It is outside. But yeah, I was having him do the wiring on it so that I could... I've had so many people offer to buy this car. Like, as soon as I got it from my buddy Brandon, who I talked about, you know, in the previous stream. And he said as soon as he dropped it off, his cousin was calling him because he wanted the car. And then his cousin was offering me stupid money for it. And I was like, no, man, I really like the car. Even though it's like a freaking turd. And it really needs door pins. Like, see that? That's trash. But look how good he did on the wiring. Give us a yard tour. Dude, if I go like past here, I think I'll lose connection. Plus my yard's a mess. I haven't mowed in like a week. And I really need to redo the siding on the house, so I've been trying to hide that from all the videos because it's embarrassing. But yeah, we've got a bunch of property. Well, I shouldn't say we have a bunch of property because it's all like family property, but it goes back quite a ways. If you guys saw the video with the Odyssey, you saw that there's a track back there, and then all this field is Jess's parents, and they've got, God, I want to say like 100 acres back there. And then I've got a little bit above this hill too. And then I want to finish digging out back here so that I can park cars there. I started digging out on the other side of Goldie over there so that I could park some things. Let's see what's the easiest way to get around. Yeah, I dug all that out with a shovel. That shovel. Like 2 weeks ago or so. I was gonna borrow my in-laws' tractor, but they kept needing it for shit, and I just got impatient. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just shovel it. Come to Iowa. What's in Iowa? Get a chair. Yeah, I'll just sit on the lawnmower, I guess. Do you plan to put a square body on the channel? Yeah, I'd like to. I like square bodies. What's up, Justin? This chat on the phone is really difficult, actually, because I can only see like 3 messages at a time, so I might miss some of you guys. But do I plan to put a square body on the channel? Yeah. I used to have an 81 single cab long bed. Had the straight 6 2-wheel drive. It was a beast, dude. I miss it so much. Nothing. Don't come to Iowa. I haven't started this truck in a few days. Should we see if it starts? I usually try to start them every few days just to... Oh, no, I pulled the keys out. I sabotaged myself, dude. I never pull the keys out of trucks or anything. And I got my P.O. box key on here, so I pulled it out. Oh, what a chump, dude. What a chump. That's embarrassing. Start everything? Well, apparently I can't start everything. What would your collab with Ham be? We had talked about doing a budget build kind of thing. I don't want to go too into details because he had some pretty good ideas on things, especially the title of it. I absolutely loved. Oops. Yeah, the title of it I loved, and I really, really want to do something, but I really want to do something in person. And it's just super difficult. I mean, aside from just the economy right now, he just had a daughter, I've got 2 kids, and just, he's so fucking far away, man. But I really want to do something in person. What I want to do is, I want to finish this, and then I want him to build either his Buick or something kind of similar, and then have like a shootout. Like not just drag, but maybe like autocross or something too. I think that'd be sweet. Oops. I'm getting distracted trying to read the chat. How much power is she making? What, Goldie? Probably not much. We want you to... Dude, what have I not finished? I mean, Goldie is on her 3rd build. I built that blue Camaro for a guy, so that's 2. Jack Black has been together multiple times. The Cadillac for Dustin we built in like 10 days. What else am I forgetting? We built Clifford. Like, what have I not... The only thing you can say is James Brown. And that's already been together once. I mean, I know you're just kind of fucking around, but man, that it gets under my skin so much. But how much is Goldie making? I don't know how accurate those online calculators are, but when you punch in the 12-1 pass with it weighing like 4,400 pounds, I think it was like 490, but I don't know if that's crank or to the tire. Uh, 55 to the wheels. Goldie's 800 in a 1320 video. This chat is the bane of my existence, dude. Oh, what do you guys want to talk about? I've got like zero plan for this. Like zero plan for this live stream. I'm just doing it because I didn't want to edit. Realistically, it should be making like 500 at least on the 10 pounds. Should you swap a 454 into your 2500? I mean, if you can, go for it. Oh, it's not like legitimately under my skin. It just there have been multiple people that are like, "Why don't you finish anything?" It's like, guys, I have. Like the only thing that I haven't finished is the RX-7. All right, we're gonna have to. We want to see 18 pounds. I want to see 18 pounds too. We're gonna have to figure out some sort of seat setup. Man, sick builds. We want to see 18 pounds. Does your buddy still have that Cadillac? Yeah, he actually. We just pulled the 6.0 out of it. Let's see. We just pulled the 6.0 out of it like 3 weeks ago because he wanted to put a different oil pan in it, and I don't remember if he bought an F-body pan or like a Holley swap pan. And he did something else and then put the engine back in it. And then just 2 weeks ago, I think, he drove it down to Indiana for work. And it seems to be running good. Still interested in doing an LS build for us? Yeah, I can. I mean, aside from my shit, I don't have a whole lot going on right now. How's the 406 Malibu? Seems to be running good. I don't know, really. I haven't talked to Lloyd in like a week or so, and I don't know, something weird between him and my dad. So, should you do meth? I don't know. How much boost are you running, Seth? You know, you came to the wrong chat for that kind of question. We like meth here. I'll put 30 pounds to Goldie when you put 30 pounds to the Ram, Justin. That caddy swap was cool. That caddy swap was sweet, man. Yeah, I didn't think you were being serious, but I know that other people have been serious about saying it, and it's like, come on, guys. How you like that shake cam? Rods Pistons LS. Well, tell Herb to drop an LS off, and we'll do a Rods Pistons build with him. This fucking chat, man. This is... I have to scroll now. I fucked it all up. I'm gonna get canceled. I am so gonna get canceled one of these days, dude. Can't wait to see the RX-7 make a rip. Me neither. Alright, I think I've got it on auto scroll now. I always like watching people use their builds. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It kills me doing so many videos where the vehicles aren't running or doing anything with them, and I hate show cars so much. Why no Fords? Just coincidence. I've had 5 Mustangs, 3 Fox bodies. One of them was a Notch. The car that I consider my first car was an 86 LX hatch with a 505 speed. I didn't really drive it more than like around the yard. I was like 13 or 14 at the time. But then I had, just 6 years ago, I had an 88 GT that I repainted and everything. And that's when I realized that painting a car is the worst. Because like as soon as I painted it, I kind of lost interest, sold it. And then I had, along with the painting story, God, my arm is getting fucking tired, dude. Along with that painting story, I had a 67 Mercury Comet Caliente. Check those out. Those are sweet. That we went through, painted everything, looked real nice, sold that real shortly afterward. And then I had a 62 Ford Galaxy that I completely restored, fixed all the rust on, completely repainted, all new upholstered interior, new carpet, new headliner, everything. Painted that, sold it. Actually, I traded that for my first Harley, which I really regret doing. I wish I had held on to that car. That thing was sweet. You can find pictures of that on my Instagram. The chat disappeared again. I would like to see if an LS NA could run the number as the stroker in the El Camino. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, what are you talking like NA? Just like a stock 5.3? Probably not. But I mean, if you're gonna build an LS, then yeah. I don't think Fords suck. I like Fords. I like everything. I think the only thing I don't like is probably Kias, just because they don't have any interesting cars. Sure, you could say the Stinger, but I can't afford that. All right, man. I don't know where you're from, but I wish we could. I'm in Michigan. Like, do you know where like Grand Rapids or Battle Creek is? I'm in between there. Ever planning on building a Dodge? Yeah, I'd like to do an older Mopar, like really bad. I've been looking at a lot of Dusters lately, but they're so expensive. Like even a clapped out one is $2,500. What do you think about the 350 Vortec I've got in my 90? I mean, if it's running, fuck yeah. What else matters? Oh, Suburban? Fuck yeah, dude. You're golden then. I want a chance to run you in my 88 S10 with the 383. How do we make it happen? I gotta get my shit sorted first before anything like that. Would I recommend the iron block? Yeah, I don't like aluminum blocks. I'm in Pigeon, Michigan. I don't actually know where that is. I could look it up pretty easily, I think. How's the Turbo 400 holding? I got some shit coming for it so that hopefully it'll shift right, because it's just, I think I need to adjust the governor in it. I've got an adjustable modulator that should have shown up by now, but it still hasn't. So if that doesn't work, then I'm going to get a governor kit. And if that doesn't work, I'm going to take it to Herb's guy. If you guys don't know, Herb is Michigan Muscle Car Garage on YouTube. He's got a pretty rad channel. How's Pops doing? Pops is good. How's the house? House still needs a lot of work. Everything I have is a project. LS swapped the Harley. I don't have it anymore. I sold it. I'm a boomer. I'm such a boomer, dude. Do you know anyone that needs a stock Malibu hood? I do not. You out, Justin? Probably. You probably got a lot of shit to do. Thoughts on Joe Rogan? I like Joe Rogan. I like Rojogan. I think car manufacturers should always have an option for manual, but I understand that if nobody's buying it, it's a lot of wasted money. But manuals are great. Oh, I want to see the RX-7 rip too. Dustin with that caddy that we LS swapped has an 8.1 swapped in his OBS Suburban. That thing's a beast. I love it. Oh, Pops' house? Yeah, his is a project too. I should have known you meant his. I never show mine just because, yeah. It needs new siding and so many things I want to do to it. Pops' house, it was fire adjacent. It melted a bunch of the siding, which I think he got all that ordered. Yeah, he got a new truck. I don't remember what year it is. 2005, I think. GMC Sierra. Basically the same thing he had, but it's a 1500 HD. And it's the full-size short bed instead of that mini bed. I hate having to scroll this, but you guys are going too fast. Justin doesn't watch my video. Justin, you don't watch the videos? That's alright. I wouldn't watch them either. They're really bad. Thoughts on the 4th gen Nova? Dude, I love it. I love the 4th gen Nova so much. Freiberger, oh man, this was a while ago, but look up the Disco Nova. I'm pretty sure that was a 4th gen. Manual swap the world. I love manuals, they're just expensive to build. See, the chat's going crazy. I got a 99 Silverado, mint as hell. Same color as Goldie. I've been watching you for a couple years now, and your videos inspired me to do something about it. Don't do it the way I did it. I suck. Do it smarter than me. I wish, like, I really wish uh, that I had just left it NA. Like, I've said this a few times to some of my buddies. I wish I had just left this thing NA with the cam and exhaust and just kept it a shop truck. It was so much fun then. Now it's always broke. Twin turbo? Twin turbos kind of suck unless you're making real power. Because it's twice the cost of everything. I don't know. Maybe we should twin turbo the S10. Twin turbo 8.1. Find a way to make it rev out to 7 grand. Yeah, Justin is busy as hell. I'll give him a pass on that. Yeah, right, dude. 8.1 is hard to find parts for. No, well, it's easy to find parts for it. They're just, you know, real fucking pricey. Whipple built a supercharger for the 8.1. Yeah, I did see that. But my god, aren't they like 70 grand? Twin turbo's just bragging rights. I don't know if I should tell this story because it's not my car. I know, well, I met a guy that has a twin turbo big block Chevelle that recently put it in the ditch. 4th gen Nova gang. T56s, oh my god, dude. I don't even consider those anymore. Pigeons up by the thumb. I never go over there. Oh, Justin's gonna make me blush. What would you recommend, the stage 4 cam or a TSP? What are you using it for? Like, is it your daily driver? If it is, do a stage 2. Check out, if you search like Richard Holdner LS stage whatever, the video should pop up. But he did a test of like a 5.3 with the stock cam, and it made whatever, like 370 horsepower on the dyno. And then he did a stage 1 and it made 411, a stage 2, these are all BTR cams, a stage 2 and it made like 420 something, and stage 3, and it only, like the stage 3, and I think he did a stage 4, and it only gained power like above, I want to say like 6,000 or 6,500. So I mean, it really depends on what you're using it for. TR66. What do you make a week on average from YouTube? YouTube is monthly, which fucking blows. I don't know. If I had to put it weekly, the months are so inconsistent. Like, it's, I would say between like 150 and 300 maybe. Not a ton. We need to see Goldie on the dyno. Yeah, once I get it like completely sorted, I'll probably put it on the dyno. But to me, I'd really only be putting it on the dyno for the video. That Ram had the 4.7. Hot Rod Magazine built a budget 6.0 that made 457 on stock LS6 parts. I'm not surprised at all. I mean, like I said, Richard Holdner just did, well, not just, but he has a video out with a 5.3 with 706 heads, stock unported, TBSS intake, and the stage 2 cam made like 420 something. So I'm not surprised that a 6.0 made 457. What's a good cam for Justin? You should be answering these cam questions. He's got way more experience than I do. I've never used the NSR cam. You can put it on the dyno for free for a trip to Texas. Yeah, I really want to go back to Texas. I love it down there. Yeah, dynos are just for the number. How am I buying all these parts with 200 a week? Well, I mean, I do more than just YouTube. I also work on other things for people. Like, I don't know, that Camaro that I built for a dude. There's another guy that has a Camaro that he wants me to finish his LS swap. What else have I done? I don't know. I do a bunch of random shit. Yeah, YouTube's so inconsistent with the pay. Like, I don't know. If I get like 15 to 2, then I'm happy. What happened to the video intros? I got bored with them. I like to change things up. Male escort. That donk sucked. The donk, the dude picked it up at like 10 or 10:30 Sunday night, that whenever I was building it or working on it. And then he said he wasn't going to do anything with it, and he was going to have someone else race the car for him because it's supposed to be a grudge car. And then the next day, my buddy called me and he's like, yeah, dude's pissed because he put it in the ditch last night and now it's not running. I'm like, the fuck am I supposed to do about it? You crashed the car. But it was a cool car. If he had just left that donk as a street car, like something to just cruise around in, it was perfect. When are we going to meet the missus? I don't know. Social media is weird, so I try to keep like the family out of it. Like they didn't ask for any of this shit, so I just keep me there. You know what I mean? Like I feel weird putting my dad like on camera because I know like when we first started out, he was super uncomfortable with it. He didn't like it at all. So like I try to be pretty respectful about that because I know a lot of other people, they didn't ask to be put online. You know what I mean? So that's kind of how I look at things like that. I'll film myself, no problem, but I try not to film anybody else. Where to buy a T56? I don't know. My dad is super cool. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of editing to make him look cool. No, I'm kidding. He is pretty cool. I wanted to do... I left my charger on for the Fiero. Also, I want to get back to work on this thing. I don't remember what I was going to say. Oh, I wanted to do a, like, kind of video about him, because that dude has lived a life, you know? So I wanted to, I know we've done a Q&A with him before, and he answered some questions, but I wanted to kind of get more involved with him, because he's a character, man. Have I ever thought about building a kit car? Yeah. I like kit cars. I don't like the Volkswagen kit cars. I think those are kind of played out. Cause I don't know, they're all like Bradley GTs or whatever. Oh, right, I was talking about my dad. He's told me before that when he was younger, he's had a bunch of cool cars. He had some Tri-5 Chevys and shit, and he had a 57 that was pretty neat, and he was trying to sell it, and he didn't have a title for it, and he said the dude came and was checking it all out, and he was like, yeah, man, can I take it for a test drive? And he's like, sure, go ahead. And the dude takes off. and never comes back. It just shit like that just happens to him. Like, I love him, but there's never been a person who needs a TV show more than him. He just needs cameras around him all the time because shit just happens to him. I appreciate that, man. Here's a $5 just because. I've been trying to catch your guys' videos too. SNR Motoring. If you guys haven't seen any of their stuff, definitely go check them out. You got a Conquest and a Supra. I miss my Supra. I've been seeing a lot of Conquests come up for sale, and I keep thinking about getting them. But then, like Whitney said, like, oh are you gonna finish anything? That car needs a 3800. I don't like the 3800. I mean, I know it's a good motor, but I really don't like Pontiac Grand Prix, which makes me hate that engine. What was the most memorable or fun car or truck I've had so far? That's a tough one. The most memorable one. Man, I don't know. There's been a lot. Like, probably the most memorable one would be the 67 Mercury Comet that I used to have, because that was like the first real project car that my dad and I built together. Like, we've had, I think, 4 different engines in that. It came, I wish I could remember the full story on that car, because we bought it from a dude, like this real weird dude that my dad was scrapping cars from. Like, they had basically a whole junkyard in their backyard, but they were just these real weird guys. So my dad was scrapping a bunch of cars for them, and they had like that 67 Comet, they had some old Datsuns and a bunch of other shit, old Fords and old Chevys. And he found this Comet, he brought it home one day before he was going to take it to the scrapyard, I think, or maybe he was going to flip it. And I was like, dude, we need to do something with that. That's sweet. And the story was that it was from Texas, I think. And the dude, oh man, I'm going to butcher the story because I can't remember it. I might just have to skip this because I really can't remember it. I remember it had a real weird story about someone meeting at a bar and racing and losing the car. Damn, I'm so upset with myself that I can't remember it. Anyway, we went through that car. It had the 289 and C4 originally, which ran great. I should race Cletus. Yeah, right. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'll race their white dually. Maybe I'll beat that. But the car had a 289 and a C4 in it that ran great, and for whatever reason, we just like fucking things up, so we pulled that out, and we put, I don't remember the order because it was so long ago. We either put a 351 in it or a 460 in it, and then pulled that out and put the other one in. So I don't remember if we put the 460 in it and then the 351 or vice versa. But yeah, I think that was probably, that's one of the few cars that I'd love to have back. Either that or my 62 Galaxy. Or my 74 Datsun 260Z. Or one of the Fox bodies I've had. Or that Cutlass. I had an 84 Cutlass too. Alright, now I can catch up on chat. 2JZ swap. I would love to. I had a 2JZ block that I was going to put in that 88 Supra I had, and I ended up just selling it because I didn't have the money to build it at the time. What's going on with the dually? That dually is... it's kind of just sitting there. It needs too much for me to want to do it. It needs the trans, it needs all brake lines, the frame's got a lot of rust on it. Like, it's not rotting anywhere, but it's got a lot of rust. And then the body, it needs fenders, doors, fender flares. It needs a lot. So it's just sitting out there. When will I come back to Texas? I have no idea. I'd like to say soon, but probably not. Thanks, Matt, for the 5. You guys really do not have to donate anything. We're just doing this just for fun. I'll race you in my 6.0 F-150. 6 F-150, a Chevy motor and a Ford. That's not sounding right. Are you going to do anything with the 6.5? No, probably not. When am I moving to Texas? We were supposed to move when my brother moved down there. We were all going to move down there together, and then for whatever reason, we just decided not to. Like, my brother lives in Frisco, I think it is, around Dallas. And we were all supposed to move down there at the same time and just never did. So we kind of fucked him over on that, because it was supposed to be me and my wife, my dad, and my mom, and we were all going to move down there with him. And then he was like, all right, I'm going to sold my place, moving down there, and then just none of us followed him. Once James Brown is done, you should do an LS RX-8. I like RX-8s. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to... I'd like to do a rotary, to be honest. Probably like an FC with the 13B or something. Is there any street action your way? Yeah, there's some stuff down in Battle Creek happening every now and then. Did I miss anything? Do you think you could daily... Do you think I could daily your 1500? Or do you think... Yeah. Alright, it took me a second to read that. Do you think I could daily my 02 1500 if I put a moderate turbo on it? Yeah, absolutely. Turbos are perfect. Turbos are the best. Like, I think the only thing better than turbos is a big roots blower sticking out of the hood. Frisco does seem fucking expensive. My aunt used to live in Canyon Lake, like, I want to say around San Antonio. I don't think it's too far from San Antonio. And that area is beautiful. I loved it. Little mountains all over the place. Any updates on the S10? It's still sitting there. Not really sure. Like, I'm trying to figure out an order of operations. Like, I think I've got some stuff coming for the trans for this, like a vacuum modulator, an adjustable one. I want to see if that fixes its shifting issues. If not, I'll probably have to get a governor kit for it. And then once I get this to where I can just, like, consistently kind of enjoy it, you know, then, I don't know, we'll probably move on. Well, I've kind of already moved on full-time to the RX-7. So we'll probably get this finished first, and then maybe the Monte Carlo, because that doesn't have a whole lot to do, especially if I go with the small block. And then we'll go S10, I think. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I really need to do like a PEM, you know, order of operations. Update on Clifford. Chris is looking at LSs for it. He was supposed to get one Friday, but he said he thinks the dude's selling it out from under him. Later, Herb. See you, man. Why is the Monty on the trailer? Because my amazing father put in a wiring harness for me, which is the video that I'm neglecting to edit tonight. I got a complete, like, new Speedway engineering harness from Chase from the LSX and Chinese Turbos YouTube, formerly Honey Badger OBS. And I got started on it, and then I just neglected it and I've been working on other stuff. So I was like, man, one of these days I need to drop it off at your place so you can finish it. And he's like, fuck, all right. So I did that, and he knocked it out in just a few days. So that's why it's on the trailer. Because Pops is just saving the channel. What are you doing, little cat? That's like the only animal that I've got that doesn't just absolutely piss me off. I love this car, dude. Like that angle right there. You gotta pull a friend out of a ditch. I've been there. I've been on both sides of that coin. But later, man. Let's see. Ovid, what's up, dude? Yeah. We're trying to venture into the garage again. I might lose you guys. Ignore the trash can that I'm using as a bench. Oh, you think we should put those on the S10? Oh, man. I think I might have to wrap this up soon. It's starting to get really dark out. How's the tow rig running? Dude, that thing is a fucking beast. I love that truck so much. Like, I completely quit driving the wagon because I love that truck. Also, just completely fucked the exhaust system on the wagon. But, I mean, even before that, I've just been driving the truck. I love it so much. And it actually gets pretty, like, relatively good mileage. It's like 11.5 or 12 miles a gallon, which surprised the hell out of me. You had an 82 RX-7. What's up from Kalamazoo? What's up, man? I love RX-7s. I really want to find like a good stock one, like with the 12A or whatever. I mean, but I want a rotary, man. I don't care if it's an FB, an FC. I'd love to say FD, but my God, those are expensive. I watched your video when you did the cam swap on Goldie and wanted to do it, but I'm nervous that I'm going to push a bearing out. Oh, you're not going to push a bearing out. Those things are like pressed in there. You'll be fine. The thing to watch out for is your lifters. If you're not careful with those and they fall into the oil pan, that's a nightmare. Then you got to pull the engine. But it's really not that bad. It's intimidating, but it's not bad. Jesse from Florida, what's up, man? Still jealous of the OBS you find? Well, you shouldn't be. They're pretty crusty. But yeah, the lifters are the thing to watch out for on the cam swap. Dowel rod, yeah. I can't remember if it's 5/16 or 3/8, but you can just go to like a hardware store and get some like wooden dowels for like 99 cents, and you'll save your ass. What's the plan with the wagon for the exhaust? I don't know, man. I'm so torn because the cutouts are completely fucked. Like, the motors were just completely snapped off them. So, Jesus Christ! You scared the shit out of me, Rose. I need to just redo it all, but at that point, it's like, I'm not daily driving it anymore, so do I put a cam in it? Do I put headers in it? You know? We're falling down the rabbit hole again. I should just fix the exhaust and call it good, but where's the fun in that? Everything's a hot rod, if you make it a hot rod. Are there any gaskets you need to replace? That's really open to interpretation. Obviously, if you tear one of them, yes, but on my truck, I didn't replace any. Some people say you have to replace like the front seal for the crank pulley, but I didn't. Actually, I don't think I ever have. Mentioned 5-lug swap for James Brown. I'm just using... God, you guys can't see anything. Never mind that. I'm just using some re-drilled hubs. I kind of talked about it in this most recent video. How far can I go? You can kind of see it right there. It's a stock hub that they just took to the machine shop and had them re-drilled. Cam headers, full exhaust, and a 125 shot. That's the way to go. I agree. I agree completely. Man, I really need to get this car done. What else is left? I need a drive shaft, rear brake lines, the IAC for the throttle body, a little bit of wiring, because the wiring for the tail lights and the blinkers is kind of fucked. I need to put the interior back together. Shifter, I gotta mount the shifter and the cable. There really isn't much left, but there's just enough to where it's gonna take me like 3 months. Have I decided on the small block or the LS and the Monte? I'm really not sure. I was actually just talking to my dad about that when I picked up the car today, because right there is the small block for it. It's just what I would do, honestly, is just completely copy the. It's not super expensive, but the power that that combination makes is about the same as a stock 5.3. So it's like, well, why don't I just do that then? But small blocks are cool, but LSs are cool. I'm so on the fence. Let's see what in Jack Black, and then we basically had that big block given to us. Spray 200, it's all tuning. See, another thing I thought about is just keep going with the small block in the Monte Carlo and then put some nitrous on it, just for whenever I feel like playing around with it. Because, I mean, it would end up at the track eventually. Do I ever plan on a cool 4x4 or anything? In theory, I like them, but not about off-roading. It's a weird double-edged sword. You can find them used, but they're so expensive. And then, man, it got dark real fast. I don't know. I want this to just be a street car. Like, I don't remember who it was that commented on the video that I'm taking all the street cars and making them race cars and taking the race car and making it a street car, but they were so correct. But, I don't know. I want this to just be like a cruiser kind of thing. So what are you guys building? Use that sweet YouTube cash. Ugh. There's no internet around here. Like, I've got the best internet that I could get around here. It fucking sucks. Like, it's the one downside of living out in the country. Like, there's just trash-ass internet. I like having 4x4s, but I don't go off-roading, you know? Make the S10 all-wheel drive and lower it. I don't know. Oh, got a text. Chris said he's rewatching the video of Clifford's sweet burnout with Seth and he's dying. Alright, it's been about an hour. I think that's good for the first live stream. So, I think we're probably going to call it. It would be a pain to do with the all-wheel drive S10. It'd be a lot of money, though. Oh my god. Cletus Tron collab. I would love to. Start just spamming his comments with Snydertron 3000. We'll see what happens. Because he does come up to... He was just up in Silver Lake like a month or so ago. That's not too far from me. I mean, a couple hours, but... 4x4s are fun but expensive. Yes. 2 drive shafts, 2 rear ends, or 2 differentials. Alright. As soon as I figure out how to close this, I think we're going to wrap it up. So, thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later.